it feels amazing to be part of the top 6 of Johannesburg leg of the TMS Talent, and really such an honor, really exciting times.
I honestly did not expect myself to come this far. And don't get me wrong, it's not because I underestimate myself, but it's because I knew that it was really tough and the big guns came out to play.
Making it to the top 6, I feel good about it. I mean, who wouldn't feel good about being part of the top 6? For me, it's just really about being present and enjoying every moment of the journey. So yeah.
When I found that I was in the top 6, I was like, it's game time.
Oh, this feels so amazing. You know, sometimes you enter a competition and yes, you want to win, but when you see all the talent that you're surrounded by, you sometimes have those feelings where it's just like, yo, am I capable enough? So making it to the top 6 in Johannesburg is absolutely amazing.
I was hoping to make it this far. I don't think anyone comes into a competition hoping that they'll go home the first day. I mean, you kind of have your eye on the prize. You really are wanting to do the absolute best that you can do so that you can get far and ultimately win, hopefully. So I'm happy to have made it this far. I was hoping to make it, and I'm hoping to make it even further.
So the challenge is very interesting, and I suspect it's going to test a lot of our contestants' ability to stay calm and collected under pressure. Simpiwe Majola, I suspect you are calm and collected at all times, including under pressure. How do you do it?
So look, I have to be calm and collected at all times so that I'm able to think straight.
Yeah.
And yes, because it's very important. Because I need, in most cases, I'm always representing clients. So if you cannot be stressed and I'm stressed, so that means I won't be able to come up with solutions. I won't be able to think clearer and objectively.
Yes. And I think what happens in the media space is that you are representing yourself, yes, as a brand, but you are representing the morning show, you're representing the vehicle that you're working with.
Correct.
So there's a lot of those things to kind of think about as an ambassador of the show that you're on.
Absolutely.
But a challenge like this is kind of next level. What will you be looking for in the contestants today?
Look, for me today, I'll be looking at someone with great interviewing skills. I'll be looking at their interviewing skills, I'll be looking at their creativity, how they conduct themselves under pressure. What's also very important for me is appearance.
Okay. It's internalizing all of those directives and then kind of being natural in it, because you also don't want to feel like, I'm under pressure. So we hope to get that from our contestants today. We'll be watching with a very close eye. Good luck.
Our guest today is Matthew Cook, and he is a snake handler whose love for nature, adventure, and reptiles has seen him become known as the only snake handler who goes around catching snakes while on a motorbike. Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird picture, but you know what? He's here to tell us a little bit about himself, tell us about snakes, and what makes him passionate about snakes. Good morning, Matthew. It's so good to have you here on the morning show.
It's so great to be here.
Look, I see you've got Coco here with you today, as I understand that's her name.
Yeah.
But I want to understand a little bit more before this moment. Let's rewind it a little bit. I mean, at 13 years old, that's when you handle your first snake. What was going on over there? Looking back at the challenges over the last, couple of rounds, actually, it's been pushing to the limit. My favorite must be the interview with Matthew. And yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking sitting there with the snake, but I think it went well. Coco was a little bit misbehaving, kind of choking Matthew, but it was really just awesome to then also figure out, how do you handle it in that moment? What do I just like, hey guys, there's a problem, or do I switch to, hey, okay, this is happening, and put it into a part of the show?
All right. Hi, Coco. I hope you're going to be friendly with us today. Matthew, let's get into it. We'd love to get to know you. Who's Matthew before, the bios and everything else? Who are you? Who would you like to describe yourself as?
I'll say there's quite a few things that describe me, basically, because of all my talents.
Quite the talent.
Dealing with snakes, crocodiles, and even operating machines and musical instruments and that.
Yes, talking about that. So I've heard a little birdie tell me that not only are you a snake catcher or are you enthusiastic about snakes, but you also have a YouTube channel, right? That's where you go out there, you post content about yourself, and that's where you also, you know, show us how you interact with the snakes and also certain parts of your life. Because being a snake catcher is not the only thing you do, right?
Yeah.
It was really challenging for me because I am terribly afraid of snakes all my life. It's that one thing I said I will never do. I will never come close to it. I don't even want to see it. But it was fun. As I said, very challenging. That means I get to go out of my comfort zone. I get to see if, do you really want this, Karen? Are you really as talented as you think you are? And in that position, I think I did the best I could.
Now he has handled over 100 snakes, touched his first snake at roughly 13 years old. He also likes a snake that is 10 times more poisonous than a black mamba. We'd love to find out a little bit more about that. And also he has rescued 4 snakes that are the most dangerous in the entire world. Also, he knows all the spots on his hands where he has been bitten by the non-poisonous snakes, as well as a YouTube channel, which is titled Wild Time with Matthew. Also being autistic, please welcome to the morning show, Matthew Cook. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks to you. It's great to be here.
Listen, so awesome to have you. Now, I need to ask, what is her name?
So
it's a female,
her
right?
name, it's female. Her name is Coco.
Oh, Coco, nice to meet you. Can I touch Coco, if possible? Or that's not gonna work?
I think maybe after this.
Okay. Okay, perfect. I'm a little bit excited. Going into it, as I stepped into the room, I saw the snake and I was like, yay. And I had to just breathe and like calm down. But as soon as I sat down, Matthew had then mentioned, oh no, she's just chilling. Her name is Coco. I was like, okay, you know. That taught me a lot about me because things always seem a lot bigger when you're like outside or when you're freaking out, right? But the moment you calm down, you realize, oh man, this is not too bad.
And as somebody who lives with autism, I know that autism is a disorder in the brain that makes a child lack social skills. Do you think that you prefer hanging out with snakes more than people, and that's why now your career is being a snake handler?
Not necessarily, because I love my passion for snakes, and I even go out to some places just to meet up with friends and that. And then I also like listening to my music, even loud though.
Okay. And then I know that you have rescued 4 of the most dangerous snakes in the world. What are those 4 snakes?
Well, they're actually the same species of snake from South Africa.
Okay.
Also, most venomous snake in South Africa, which is the boomslang.
Yes.
Its venom is 10 times stronger than that of a black mamba.
Oh, that's scary.
Yep.
And this doesn't scare you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Having to have a snake in studio slithering. So far, it's completely there's nothing that you can expect. There's nothing you can sit there and be like, this is what's gonna happen today. Every day is a new day, there's a new challenge, and it's completely blown me off kilter. But that's also a good thing because I think I'm doing quite well so far.
You've been handling snakes from a young age, I mean the age of 13. How did that all begin?
One of my friends, they had 2 pet corn snakes, and the one day I asked him if I can please hold one.
Yeah.
And she was nuts, they allowed me to hold one of them. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So I'm like, I've got to go show my mom. So when I go show her, she was busy in the cottage typing stuff down on her laptop, I think it was. And she caught a glimpse of me holding the snake and she's like, okay. There's like some random more snake.
She wasn't freaked out?
No, she wasn't freaked out
Oh my gosh. I think we would be freaking out naturally. But I mean, on your YouTube channel, you are catching snakes and releasing them in the wild. I've noticed that you're also releasing an adder at the Cradle Moon, and we hike at Cradle Moon. Is that a safe environment for us to be in?
Well, snakes, they don't go after people at all.
Okay.
They rather try not to come into conflict with people. When snakes and people come into conflict, it's either if somebody corners a snake or somebody's just messing around with a snake for the fun of it.
Can I just say, say if I was able to deal with a snake or the presence of a snake, there's nothing that can come at me sideways. No, I'm joking. That's not me saying you must make the competition harder, please.
What does this one that you have right in front of you do?
So this one will strangle its prey to death.
Well, I'm not touching it at any
Don't
point.
worry. This one gets handled dozen times a day, 7 days a week. So
Yeah,
it's very laid back.
It's gonna be fine. Everything about it is
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Absolutely got you. So the spots on the snake sometimes are said to communicate messages. Are there messages that this particular snake communicates?
It's actually not true about the patterns on them
Okay.
because they use the patterns to help them camouflage and bush.
Ah. Okay. And this is a general theme through all the snakes that there are? Or is this different for the venomous ones and for the ones that camouflage themselves?
With some of your snakes, they are just one standard color.
Got
Well, like with your adders and the ringcalf and Mozambique spitting cobra, they've got patterns on them, same as the zebra cobra.
Yeah. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you so much. That was snake handler Matthew Cook here with us this morning to talk about the wild times he has had in nature. Let's take a bit of a short break and we will see you a little bit after this. Being here felt every challenge like I was running after my dream. It was hard. There wasn't a time where I was like, I'm murdering this. It was hard. It felt like a pursuit. And I think that perhaps that's what life is sometimes. It's challenging.